Alrighty, thank you everyone for being here tonight. This is the September 9th meeting of the Select Board. Here at 6:30, we have a quorum, so I'm going to call the meeting to order. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alrighty. Amendments to the agenda. I want to make one amendment to bring item B from new business to the beginning of new business. So we'll just move Chief's question about the boat to new business before the junkyard public hearing. Do I have a motion? Do I have a motion on that? So moved. Josh, do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. Any questions or discussion? All right, seeing none, all in favor? Any opposition? Seeing none. Do we have any public comment here tonight? All right, seeing none, we will move on. Do I have a motion to approve last meeting's minutes as submitted?
So moved.
Josh, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Do we have any questions on the motion or discussion? All in favor? Any opposition? Seeing none, we are good to go. All right, old business, authorizing to the purchase of an off-road vehicle from the fire chief. We'll have Chief, you come on right up. So if folks remember, Chief brought us a quote last meeting, and we said, well, why don't we see what some other options are to larger equipment and do some thinking about whether that's necessary or not. And so Chief's just here to report back so we can button this up for him.
Thank you. So we did look at a six-seater, four-door, six-seater as compared to the two-door. I also got in touch with Auburn Fire, who recently did all the research from 5 or 6 different ones. And it really comes down to Durham just needs the two-door, three-seater, the basic model. So it's more maneuverable, lightweight, less cost. All of it really does work for us. I appreciate the opportunity. I think it can get high-sided, the longer version, the four-door can high-side. We're really looking for maneuverability in the woods with the pump. The staffing's really limited, so, there's not a lot of 6 staff to use it. 3 would be the max. We don't have the railroad tracks, so like North Yarmouth, other places that do have railroad tracks with fires, we don't have that, so we're not worried about long straight distances. So really the two-door, 3-seat really would work for us. So I still stand by the request to use up to $30,000 from the fire department's capital reserve to purchase an off-road. We're already looking at grants for, they make tracks, snowmobile tracks. We've already had training last week on our rescue toboggan that will hook up to it. And I've been in touch with the Penguin Club, the local Penguin Club, the snowmobile club, to do some training with them.
Awesome.
So again, tonight I request just up to $30,000 to use from our capital fund of $592 currently.
Any questions for Chief?
These are the first 2 volunteers to ride around.
I think they are. I will have the keys for a while. We will have training.
Awesome. That all works for me. I don't think I had any questions. Oh, one quick question. So, obviously in the 10-year capital plan, this is a new thing. Do you think you'll be making adjustments in the budgeting process to accommodate for that a little bit, or do you think that this is going to remain as is?
Every year we adjust our 10-year out capital plan, and that's based on changing the economy, whether that's from tariff to cost to maintenance, that type of thing. So if everything were to stay the same, which it won't, but if it were, we would just add $3,000 to our capital request over the next 10 years to pay for the $30,000. So our 180 request in theory would be the 183 for the next budget. Everything else being the same as far as still purchasing an ambulance in 29 really is the next purchase, so.
Perfect.
Yes.
Well, I don't see any other questions. We have a motion to approve Chief's purchase, or the allocation for Chief to purchase an off-road vehicle not to exceed $30,000 and fund it out of capital reserve.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Any additional discussion? All in favor? Any opposition? Seeing none, that passes. I do realize my motion to adjust the agenda did not reflect what I intended. So I would like to move to bring, Chief's request about the old boat to outfit the new boat into, above our, select board discussion on the employee handbook. Do I have a motion there from folks?
So that's all I have.
Yeah, I misspoke, no. Alright, well, then if we can just let me friendly edit that emotion, we'll just have Chief continue here with his vote question.
Appreciate it. So the sale of our old boat, a 20-year-old boat, constituted $3,888. That boat was given to us on a grant more than 20 years ago from Stephen King Foundation. I reached out to them, I have documentation that we could use the proceeds of that boat to outfit the new boat that we got on the grant. So we are looking to, for permission to spend the revenue that came in, $3,888, to the town, to outfit the new boat. So that would be for dry suits, rescue gear, some lighting, things that don't come with the boat. One ice suit, I think some booties, a helmet, that type of thing. And that's roughly $3,800. So I am requesting to use the revenue that was brought in for the new rescue boat.
Any questions for Chief?
Good idea.
Do I have a motion to approve the request?
So moved.
Motion from Josh, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Rebecca, any additional questions or discussions? Alright, seeing none, all in favor? Any opposition? Seeing none, passes unanimously.
Thank you.
That wasn't too bad in the hot seat.
That was not as usual. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. I would like to move that our discussion on the employee handbook till after the public hearing on junkyards, just to be respectful of the time of people who are here in attendance tonight. So, while everyone's always welcome to stay our whole length of our meeting, I understand that you might have better things to do, so we want to get you at the front. So, is that do I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Josh, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Alright, any questions or discussion? Alright, all in favor? Any opposition, seeing none? Perfect, alright, we're gonna move it to the public hearing on junkyards. Do I have a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Josh, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Rebecca, I'm good. Alright, all in favor? Any opposition? Seeing none? Alright, the public hearing is open for junkyards. Does anyone, and this is essentially, Jerry, remind me, we're just, if anyone's here to give public opinion on the existing 3 junkyards, this is where they can give that opinion?
Correct, yes.
Alright, are either of you here to give public testimony on those junkyards?
Yes, I guess.
Come on up. Just tell us your name and what street you live on, and then let us know what you think.
Lisa Peterson, and I live on Holyoke.
Perfect.
We had our junkyard, it's actually an automobile graveyard, but recently it's changed to a junkyard. We've never been a business, we've never sold parts, we've never done any of it, it's for our own collection. I brought, so you guys can see, I mean, we are serious about this hobby, it's a hobby. I have over $1 million worth of cars restored.
Can you pass that down? I'd like to see some.
We keep restoring and putting them in the garage, we don't sell them, we drive them, we have fun. It's a really big hobby, my husband and I have been married 43 years and we've been collecting cars for 43 years, but the cars on my property also belong to my dad, who originally started the automobile graveyard back in the late 60s. So I've had cars on my property for a lot of years, and yeah, I hope to keep my license. I know Alan was concerned because we didn't have a fence across the actual roadway. I have a picture in my phone showing, because he mentioned it to me when I was coming in to drop my license off. He says, well, I really would like you to fix the fence. I just picked up my fence panels last night at Home Depot, so the fence will be up. It's probably be up by the weekend. My husband works 10 and a half, 11 hours a day at work, so I can't handle the panels by myself, they're 8 feet long, but I would say by the weekend, it'll be up, it'll be all closed in. Other than that, we don't store any fluids on our property. The cars that we are restoring, some of them are in our backyard. We bring them out. I've got 3 cars in a body shop right now. Engines, transmissions, all being built to keep restoring more and more cars. And like I said, it's just been a real fun hobby.
A lot nicer than the cars in my yard.
Yeah. The car with the wing and the, with the wing on the back and the pointy nose, that's a $350,000 car, just the way it sits.
That's nice.
Yeah, we paid $25,000 for it.
It's a good deal.
So, it's a kind of that kind of thing, the orange Dart with the hood up and stuff. That car was valued at almost $600,000. So, this isn't just, this is serious for
Yeah,
us.
absolutely.
I grew up with cars, like I said, my father had them.
You should see his face back there, it's probably more excited than ours.
He likes cars too.
I have a couple $600 cars.
But, I mean, it's just, it's fun.
Yeah,
I mean, we
Well, it
actually
seems
bought
like-
the property across the street because that's where all our show cars are,
Yeah.
sitting in that garage, show cars, race cars, whatever. It's fun.
well, thank you for sharing that with us. Does anyone have any questions for her? Alrighty, well, thanks for coming up and telling us about that and sharing a little bit of that information and some of the photos.
That's very cool.
I'm pretty jealous.
Very nice.
Yes, I can't wait, my next car should be coming out of body shop shortly.
Do we have any other, anyone else here to speak? Are you here to speak for the public testimony tonight or anything?
I really don't have much to say to it.
No worries, no, it's not required, so. Alright, so, Gary, remind me of the process. We did the public hearing,
So we close the
we close the public hearing, are we voting on the approval, then vote on the approval of the,
yes, the motion for you to sign as the
Mhm.
chair.
perfect. Alrighty, so do we have a motion to close the public hearing?
So,
Motion from Josh, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Any questions? All in favor? Any opposition? Seeing none, and so do we have, now we need a motion to approve the 3 junkyard, the 2 junkyards listed?
A motion for you to, yeah, approve them with your signature.
Yep, alright,
I make a motion that we approve the 2 junkyards and allow you to sign the paperwork.
do we have a second?
I'll second.
Any additional discussion? Alright, seeing none, all in favor? Any opposition? Seeing none? We're all set. Perfect,
Thank
thanks for coming in.
you, everybody. Thank you.
Alright, so we have a couple of property abatements, do I have a motion
All
to
set?
move into the Board of Assessors?
Thank you.
Thank you, have a good night.
Good night.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Alright, any questions? All in favor? Any opposition? We're now in the Board of Assessors. We have, we have an abatement here listed.
So, sorry.
Go ahead.
This is just the wrong property was transferred and then folks are just sort of switching things around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
With the financial, there's.
Right. There's everything, money wise, it stays the same for the town, it's just.
yeah, it's just making some necessary adjustments, and I don't have any other questions if folks are good. Do we need any additional discussion? So do I have a motion to approve the abatement submitted by Donna Hayes? That is a, for map 5, lot 78, dash 9, and map 3, lot 44.
I'd make that motion. that we-
Sorry, I lost my voice halfway through that. Motion from Josh, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Deb, do we have any additional questions or discussion? Alright, all in favor of the motion? Any opposition? Okay. Alright, now we are moving to the, select board discussion on, I'm sorry, do we have a motion to exit the Board of Assessors?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
All in favor? Any opposition? Seeing none, that has passed. Alright, so now we'll be back into old business to discuss the updated employee handbook. Jerry, did you have anything extra to bring to us regarding that today?
No, there've been no changes since you.
Okay, yep, so I think that, we can probably just table that then, because we had some things that we, if I recall, that, HR consultant was gonna look into for us, and if they're still working on those.
Working on Mission, Square retirement option,
Mm-hmm.
so look, still trying to get that figured out.
Yeah.
Some editing, just small stuff.
Yeah,
But that's about it.
yeah, I think we had some questions on, I thought there was something on like, looking at, the holiday, looking at, the clothing, allowance for public works.
Yeah, those are decisions that we need to make as a group to bring back to her, yeah.
Okay, so she needs that to come back from us.
I
And
thought
then-
also the birthday.
Yeah,
Yep, the birthday.
yeah, I think that where you are now is you wanna look at that, and if there's any kind of like, I don't know, if you're feeling awkward about something or you don't like something, then
Mhm.
time to bring it up and say, well, do we really wanna do this, do we really wanna do that?
Yeah.
Do we wanna offer that? It's, cause there's been a lot of substantial changes.
Yeah, so do folks are folks prepared to have those discussions tonight, or do we want to, I can circulate the list of what we've had highlighted here, and we can table it for another, because we have a couple other big things we have to deal with
I mean,
tonight. But your thought?
I was just gonna say, let's just get it out, you know,
Sure. We can do that too.
but that's it. Cause I think we can do it pretty quickly.
Yeah, okay, cool. So what I was thinking is, one of the, like the idea about the birthday idea, Jerry.
Mhm.
For me, I would rather just maybe see that as an additional personal day in lieu of a birthday, just because when I started thinking about this more and more, like, I actually looked and like, I looked at the distribution of what, like, how like your birthday gets distributed through a year, how often that is between a Monday and a Thursday. And so you end up with some folks who might never get their birthday off because it's a day that the office is closed for like 3 or 4 years. Whereas you get some other folks who are getting their birthday off every year, and it seems like the intent was to give like a personal day to accommodate for your birthday. And so that was just my thought process on it.
Yeah, I think it's better off as just an extra day.
So they get 2 personal days now.
Mhm.
Did you wanna make it 3?
Yeah, I was thinking make it 3.
That's up to you folks.
Yeah, my thought process was to make it 3, and that's you know, to accommodate for that birthday. I think it's easier than, and then, you know, I just feel a little conflicted because if someone's like, my birthday's, you know, the day before the election, taking that day off is a tougher day to take off versus, you know, my birthday was on a Wednesday or whatever. And
Yeah.
so that was my recommendation on that policy. The clothing allowance, I just thought we might need to bump that boot allowance up or combine the boot and clothing allowance a little bit, to accommodate for the cost of the steel toe boots.
Oh, right, what were you thinking of combining?
Yeah,
To combine.
cause right now I think, what was it, the boot was $200, and then there was like a couple $100 for, clothing. Sorry, let me pull this up.
Jerry, is there a specific vendor that's offered to the employees for like boots?
Boots is Lamy Willingham.
Oh.
Yeah, and then they get their pants, whatever they,
Do we get some sort of discount or
we don't pay tax,
we don't pay tax?
right?
So it's 200 for one, and 200 for shoes and 200 for work pants.
Mm-hmm,
Combine it,
yeah,
Did you wanna?
So my thought process is like to get quality boots, steel toe, safety, all that sort of stuff. In my experience, have always been, pushing $300. So, can either combine it and let people use it as they see fit. Some people might want cheaper, more expensive pants, but I think it's still appropriate to, have money available there for pants because you don't get diesel smell and grease out of pants, so you're just as completely dedicated to work, you're not really gonna get to use it for anything else, so I think it's appropriate. What's everyone else's thoughts, do you
Can
think?
you remind me, is this for just public works?
It's for public works employees, yeah.
I think combining it is.
And do you think increasing it, or do you think combining it at 400 total is sufficient? So I would say combine it and make it 500. 300 for boots, 200 for pants.
We don't have to dictate one or the other.
Yeah, but that's my logic behind it,
I agree.
I don't have a problem with that, I mean, what are we talking, just a handful of employees?
Right.
Yeah.
So, are you gonna list these and then vote on them all at once, or vote
Oh.
individually?
Yeah, let's
or-
vote, if we think there's general consensus, let's just go until we don't have general consensus. And we can vote on the slate, and then if we have to, anything else.
Right,
So what we'll do, Jerry, if we just note the
Yeah.
changes here. So add one personal day.
Remove birthday, or like slash.
Combine equipment,
Do you want the page numbers?
allowance,
no,
and
that's,
increase to 500 total.
it's in here, what page is it?
There we go. It's under 8.7 for public works. Right, that's for the clothing line.
Yes, actually, there's a start sign.
So those were, when I look at what I had listed here, other things we had that are a little bit heavier lift that isn't necessarily us is developing an AI policy. I had noted that we talked about reasonable suspicion training. And that's in there as well, correct?
I don't know.
It was for reasonable suspicion training for the
Oh,
drug
for drug
policy.
stuff,
It's page 53.
drug pre-work policy,
Yeah,
Mhm.
test required. Or under test required. That's on page 53.
so what are you looking to do differently than those?
I'm just saying, I'm just going off of our to-do list of things we had flagged as things that we talked about more, and we had talked about the holiday leave schedule, compensation, clothing allowance, retirement, insurance costs, reasonable suspicion training, and AI policy. And I thought that those two, the reasonable suspicion training and AI policy were more of a, having the HR consultant prepare something.
Yes,
And so that leaves us with, and she was also looking into, if I recall, a different retirement option.
that's the Mission Square.
Oh, so that's what she's still working
Yes.
on. And so I think that the only things that you need a vote from us on then are those two things that we just mentioned, the personal day and then the clothing allowance.
Did you have the drug test? You have the drug testing thing? No.
Did you have anything else new, Tim? Yeah, so I think it's just those two. Well, I will make a motion then to add one personal day to the employee handbook, striking mention of birthday and combining the public works equipment allowance and raising it to $500. Do I have a second?
I'll say.
Second, do we have any additional discussion?
I just wanna say, I like the idea of offering another personal day as a way to continue to reward and provide a benefit to our employees
Mhm.
without impacting the budget, really.
Mhm.
Right,
I mean, so,
right,
Incentivize.
and
they could use that personal day to take their birthday off.
Well, and I think that there's something to be said about personal days having that flexibility to use it when you want. Our state level holidays are very specific to one group of religions and one group of people's time off, so it doesn't always capture days that are significant for other people who might have a different set of holidays that they enjoy or different other objectives to have their time off. So I think that this gives some flexibility there
Yeah.
for folks to take off the time when they want it. You know, for many people, having that day off on the 4th of July or Christmas doesn't mean anything to them because the people that they want to spend time with might be working. So I think this is a good, you know, little cherry on the sundae.
And other businesses try to do these types of things either, like starting for B&W, we're starting a daycare, or,
Right.
you know, flexible hours to some degree if you can do it, so
Mhm.
I think it was, I'm
Yeah.
happy that you brought it up, and I think it's a
Because there's a lot of things you can do to improve the workplace
Right.
that aren't just dollars, so. Any other discussion on the motion? Alright, all in favor? Any opposition? Seeing none. Happy birthday, everybody, if you want it.
Okay, so that means we just have a couple more things on the handbook as a follow-up from HR and then
Yep.
it's ready to go?
Yeah,
Propose?
yes, and a lot of this has budget impact, so it won't be able to take effect until the next budget anyway.
That,
That's right, that's
we
right.
did,
I'm gonna say
the one thing that
budget
has a budget impact that we haven't talked about yet is the, compensation in lieu of taking insurance. I think what would be helpful is if maybe Jerry, you prepared for us a little bit of info on what's happening in the communities around us.
Okay,
You know, reminder, if you have, when you budget for the position, you budget for fully encumbered with people taking family insurance, which has a higher expense than people taking zero insurance or taking self-insure. And in some places, right now, currently, if you don't take insurance, you get a stipend in lieu of that benefit, correct?
yes, and I think you have, I know you do,
I have a
benefits
spreadsheet, yeah,
analysis that the town manager and finance put together, and it's a lot of information in that. I think there's like 200 and something towns in there of what they do.
yeah, and I think I
That's-
forwarded it to you all a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago. And so
That would be
that's
worth-
looking at what other towns are doing in regards to, if you're not taking insurance, are you getting X amount of, X percentage of the, you know, cost that it would have incurred us, or are you getting nothing, and those sorts of things. We do need to, think about this pretty mindfully, because it does have a fiscal impact for
Yeah,
the town currently, and then that would be something we need to plan for moving forward.
there's like I said, a lot of work, and you can filter out towns of the same population, towns in the same county,
Yeah,
towns and counties surrounding you, there's a lot you could do with that spreadsheet. I can
yeah,
It is.
drill down,
yeah.
it's,
I mean-
it's a
It's a
lot.
lot of fun.
I think it would be helpful
So-
for everyone to kind of get up to speed on that
Yeah.
themselves, and then we can put that on another, meeting, cause that's a little bit bigger one.
Do you want me to, I have it open, do you want me to read forward
If
to
you
everybody?
resend it, that would be great, yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
We had talked a lot about, the policy for the texting app
Yeah, yes,
is not in the handbook, if I recall.
right,
Is that the appropriate place for it?
yes,
And so we should, because there's been a lot of complaints about the use or lack of use. And, you know, I didn't think our intent was to say, hey, there's traffic because there's an accident in Lisbon or there's a fire. I thought the intent was really big events.
it's typically what it's used for.
And so
Yeah.
we should come up with something so that it's in writing and we can refer people to that because
So I have one, and I'll forward that to you, this week, and we can kind of take a look at it.
Yeah, that would be
Put it
great,
on the agenda and.
because that's one thing, you know, we could at least let people know, so they're saying, well, why wasn't this reported, and you know, especially with like first responder calls, there's some nuance as to when you say, hey, this is going on versus, hey, we don't put something out there. You know, I'm sure Chief has influenced that sorts of discussions with you as well, so I think whatever we have, we could maybe vote on and agree upon, and then at a minimum, just have that, so if someone says, why wasn't, you know, the dog crossing the road, you know, sent out via text message, we can say, well, these are the things that we send it out for, so. But.
Yeah.
Cool, works for me.
So I think, sorry, this is kind of like a work in progress
Mhm.
as we get towards the budget season, so we can budget accordingly.
Right, so likely we'll just have a summary table of the financial impact of any changes or any clarifications in the handbook. I mean, that's during the budgeting process.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to budget a little bit more for the Public Works Department, $100 a person because of that sort of stuff.
For whatever
Those
the
are-
cost is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think-
Cool. Let's put right on next meeting's agenda, a continued discussion on this, insurance question. If folks will be able to, review the spreadsheet before then. Alrighty, moving on. Eureka bat remediation.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like the Batman is in Eureka Center.
Yes, so, because. Alright, so, because it was brought to my attention that we have a bat infestation at the Eureka Center. And bats carry disease if you use that building for meetings. The cleaning lady has found 2 dead bats down where we ran. So because it's brought to our attention and it carries disease, I have to bring it to your attention. Because if we know that exists and we don't really do anything about it, that could be considered negligent.
Yep.
So what I'm asking, Calvin had went out and got some estimates, just one for now, he's gonna get a couple more. So this Wildlife Services, Northeast Wildlife Services found where the bats are going in, so he can devise this little contraption where, when the bats come out, they can't get back.
It's one-way doors,
Yeah,
so
one-way
you just
doors,
naturally, they exclude themselves over time. 'Cause as they come out for the night, they can't get their way back in.
Right, and so he's estimated to do that for 2,200. Once he thinks all the bats are out of there for the most part, then it's time to clean up the guano, the bat feces, if you will, because there's a lot of it up there. So that estimate, it looks like it's $65 and it's really $6,500.
Oh, I thought it was 65.
I know, so he'll have to do that in hazmat suit, because it is pretty risky, and Calvin doesn't like going up there, so I'm asking, if you all wanna authorize up to $10,000 to remediate that. And we take it out of the buildings fund. And right now, currently, in the buildings reserve account, there's, the ending balance as of June 30th is $159,448.
Yeah, it's a life safety issue, it's a no-brainer to me.
So,
Any questions for Jared?
There was a foundation issue, right?
there's that too, so I think as part of the overall facilities and buildings, I think we as the board really need to look at how much money we wanna put into these buildings, or if we wanna kinda just chink it now with stuff to stop the water that's going in there.
I mean, that's you're talking $10,000 if we're not gonna spend the money to fix the major issue. I mean, this is a health issue, but eventually the building's gonna be unsafe anyway if we don't fix the bigger stuff, so
Right,
So,
I feel like we're putting a Band-Aid on.
if we don't vote to approve this, we need to close the building and make it no longer available for public use moving forward.
the bats aren't necessarily going through the basement,
Yeah.
it's up above, but it is a bigger discussion on
Yeah,
how much do we want to put into the foundation and.
which I totally get, but if knowing this is the issue, if we don't vote in favor of this tonight, my next motion would be to make the building no longer available for public use, because it's a rabies concern. And if you look at CDC guidelines, an unaccompanied minor with a bat in the room is considered a rabies exposure, because you don't know if a bat's bitten you, because of when they bite, it isn't always detected. And so we have kids over there all the time, someone comes out of the bathroom and says, there's a bat in the bathroom with me, that's a rabies exposure, they're supposed to go get a rabies shot. And so if that's, we can't keep it open if we don't address it.
And so my point was that we need to address the bigger issue.
Right.
And that's something that we should start doing sooner rather than later.
Well, it's part of the economic development
Mhm.
goal, which is our next meeting, and dealing with that building could be
And then we get the,
top priority.
yeah. I agree.
Are we going to, so approving the 10 grand, does that mean that we can just, whatever else Calvin comes back with, you guys can deal with it?
Yeah.
And then take care of it? It's not gonna come back to us like we did?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, if like there's a
Once you
small
approve the
change
law.
order or something like that.
Yeah, I just wanna make sure that it's not waiting.
You know, we wouldn't spend any more than this,
Right.
right? So it's like, we
Right.
can call Service Pro, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure there'll be more than that.
Yeah,
We'll do our due diligence and at least get another quote or estimate to do it, just to kinda, we don't wanna just give one person
Yeah.
what we
Yeah.
can't, we really need to give up.
yeah, but knowing, so I appreciate getting the quote, but knowing that it can be done for 8,700, I think that doing the voting now to go up to 10,000, if you get a different quote and you think it's better, but it's still under that 10,000 mark, I'd say that you have discretion to do it at that point personally.
But I know what Josh was saying, we do at some point, that is
Yeah,
we need to talk about that.
which I totally agree,
What direction
but
we
I'm not
wanna go.
prepared for us to close the Eureka Center to use right now
Right,
and at the cost of $10,000 to keep it open until we do that, which will be at minimum, next year, at max, more likely a little bit later. I think we gotta keep it open for our needs.
it's a great building, it's right in the center of town, it's the community center, it's really needs some
Yeah.
attention from the town and us and the residents.
I agree. Alright, so do we have a motion to approve $10,000 out of the building management fund, is that what it's called, Jerry?
The building's reserve fund.
Building reserve fund?
I'll make that motion.
Second, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Rebecca, any additional discussion? Alright, anybody, all in favor? Any opposition? Seeing none? Alright, holy cow, manager report.
All right, well, thank you,
Oh, sorry guys.
it's okay. Couple of things, so last week we talked about the Androscoggin County, the Sheriff's Office. I was gonna have them come in and share the numbers and whatnot, but commissioners actually voted that down.
Oh.
So it's a moot point right now. And our rep didn't really, he wanted to know how the numbers were generated, the rep really didn't know, so Jeff Shute was actually gonna show up with the rep to kinda go over those numbers, but there's no point now, cause it's dead for now. All right, I made a call to the, Androscoggin County Treasurer, cause we owe them $800,000. But she's not in any hurry for it, and they don't start collecting interest until November, so I don't think we're gonna need to use the TAN at all.
Late October sounds like a really good time to pay that then.
Yep, so I am like 95% sure that there'll be no use of the TAN,
Mm-hmm.
so that's
Wow,
good.
that's great.
But yeah, so she was really nice, do you know Clary's?
Yeah.
Yeah, she,
Jerry, that's awesome, that's
So-
huge.
Yeah.
yeah, we were sweating it, cause after we pay this one, we're down to like 76,000.
Mm-hmm.
But the taxes keep coming in, so I give the 95% because something really strange would happen where people didn't pay their taxes in the next month, but that's probably not gonna be the case, so I was extremely happy that she was willing to work with us, so.
That's awesome.
So that, yeah.
That is the best news I've heard all week.
Just wanna keep you up to speed, so the select board seat, we have two people that filed papers, John Talbot and Jeremy Seeley are putting in their papers, so they're looking around. Just wanna share a
Can you
correspondence.
spell that second name, last name?
I have it spelled S-E-E-L-E. Y, sorry.
S-E-E-L.
Y, yeah, I have Y, I don't know, I still see too many letters, I guess, yeah. So, those two are running. So I got a correspondence, this week, from Richard Merrill, who is on the fire department. So I'll just read the, email that he sent, cause I'm not sure if you all know, but, somebody took their life at the boat launch. So, good afternoon, Jerry. My name is Richard. I work with the Sons of AMVETS in the Durham Fire Department. With the recent event at the boat launch, I have talked with some of the members at the AMVETS, and we are willing to pay for signage at the boat launch, runaround pond, and other properties with the crisis number on them. Looking to see if that is something you, the select board, or the townspeople would like to do to prevent other folks from taking their lives. So we will work with the town on wordage of the signs if approved. Thank you for your time. So, we have to share that correspondence with you. It's from one of our residents, so we obviously can't get into details about it. But basically what he's asking, at some of these places where this happens, if we get some signs and crisis hotline, if you feel it, maybe that would help
Yeah.
prevent other people, so. We can put this on an agenda item
Yep,
at some time if you wanna discuss it, it's up to you folks, but
yeah,
wanted to share
pass
that
that
with you,
over?
absolutely. The boat launch,
No one.
a week and a half ago.
yeah. And that kind of concludes my,
I would like to put this on a future meeting and maybe ask the people who are looking to support that to come in and tell us what they wanna put up and what they would like to see, cause I think it's important.
Do we need that?
Well, I think I think that they might value the fact that we're taking it serious enough to ask them to come in and tell us what their hopes are with that.
Well, I mean,
Cause I mean, I have no problem approving it
do we,
without,
well, I was just gonna say, they could write in, rather than having them take the time, I think we're probably all going to approve
Yeah.
this. So have them write in what they would like to say, and then we can say, okay, like rather than wasting their time to come in, I think
yeah,
we're all gonna approve it, so.
Yeah.
I would make a motion that we allow Jerry to work with them to come up with signage to put up at the locations that they and Jerry deem appropriate.
I second that.
alright, any additional questions? All in favor? Any opposition, seeing none?
okay, that concludes my report
Alrighty.
for now.
Board member reports, I just wanted to mention for myself here that I got the invite to the annual, meeting of the select board chairs within the RSU 5 board. That's gonna take place on December 3rd, where they generally kind of discuss potential, it's really just to kind of discuss their potential ideas of if there's anything big on the 27 budget list, to give us an idea of their planning process. That's gonna be in Freeport on December 3rd at 6 p.m. I will be attending, and if someone else or anyone else wants to attend with me, they're more than welcome to. It just says here, it's the leadership meeting with the RSU 5 board to continue discussing potential collaboration and general information sharing. In the past, it's usually been, hey, if they're expecting like a big ask for the upcoming year, like, hey, we have a big thing coming up, or just give us sorts of heads up, so I'll forward this to the group right now, but I will be there, and if one other person wants to come, that's fine too.
I usually attend every year.
Yeah, Jerry usually comes too. In the past, I think just the chair is gone, but I just wanted to make sure if we knew that was coming up. Josh, you have anything? No. Deb?
Yeah, the solid waste committee met yesterday, it was a good meeting, and they asked me to ask the select board whether they should, go out for public comment, community involvement on this issue of transfer station. I don't think they're ready for that yet, but whether they should do that before they brief the select board Or brief the select board first and then go out for public comment.
Yeah, my thought would be that, oh, sorry. Rebecca, did you have, oh, you're
No,
using
sorry,
glasses.
it's just,
My thought would be that before public comment period is opened up, that we wanna hear what they're looking to get out of it.
Okay.
And just, I'm not aware of in the past when we've ever had a board or committee do a public comment window without coming to us first to go.
Public comment or a survey.
Yeah.
But I still think that it would be better if the board was briefed on the
Yeah.
work that the group has been doing and where they're kind of steering their thoughts.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then from there, we can, well, the public will hear that discussion, of course, but then we can decide at that meeting whether there should be a survey,
Yeah.
public hearing, or public.
What's their timeline that they're looking to do?
They haven't given me that yet, but I still think there's a little bit more work to do before they get
So
here. It'll be
maybe
after all of this.
November, okay, yeah, perfect. Works for me.
Is every,
Does everyone else agree with that?
Well, I just think if they wanna do a survey or something, is in November, the next best time to do it, that would be my own.
yeah, they could prep for a survey and everything, but I think,
Yeah, I was eyeballing if they could be ready for the October 28th meeting, especially because it could just be kind of a, yep, you're good to go. But if not, early November.
If you wanna do a survey for the election, you'd want it to be ready for absentee voting, which starts 30 days before.
Oh, I thought you meant more of a survey as in like generated
a-
online, not.
yeah, like a survey
Like-
monkey or
like,
something like
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
If that's what they choose to do, they haven't really decided. The big question was,
yeah, come
should
to
the
us
select
first,
board
yep.
be briefed, okay, before we pull in community type comment? So, all right, I'll let them know that then, or they'll know by watching this meeting.
Perfect. Anything else, Deb?
No.
Rebecca?
I'm working on a communications brief based on engagement in social media that I will be sharing prior to our October 28th meeting. So it's more of like ideas and things for us to understand, not necessarily case studies, but what's out there, more or less. So that's a work in progress.
Perfect.
Could that just be part of the communications
It
meeting?
could be part-
Like, this is what
yeah.
we're starting with.
Yeah,
Because really, every one of these sessions, we really should have something.
yeah, I want it to be, I
On the
wanna
table.
share it,
Yeah.
obviously, I'm gonna share it with Joe and Jerry first to
Mhm.
make sure it's okay. And then share it with everybody prior to the meeting, so if we wanna talk about it at the meeting,
Yeah.
that's great. But it's more of a reference point where things are in the world and how engagement is working with, not necessarily, I mean, towns, but also just as a whole.
Yeah,
Yeah, just because something similar landed on my lap and I thought I would take advantage of it.
hey, I think it's great.
It's great.
I think what makes our board really great is that everyone has different backgrounds and experiences and we all bring something different to the table and
Let me try.
this is awesome in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready yet, so we'll see.
Alrighty, do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Josh, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Yeah, any questions? All in favor? Any opposition? Seeing none? Alright, upcoming meetings, select board meeting on the 23rd at the fire station at 6:30, planning board October 3rd at the fire station at 6:30, ag committee meeting October 3rd at the Eureka Center at 7 p.m. Upcoming select board meeting, actually, now that I think about this, I'm sorry.
October 3rd.
October 3rd being someone's meeting at the Eureka Center. I do think now that we have a report here, it would be important that we make people who are using the Eureka Center aware of it so they can use their best comfort level as if they want to use the facility for their meeting. Just letting them know that there are bats in the rafters, in the roof, and that there is guano upstairs that's going to be remediated. Just for full transparency, I think a lot of people would still say, that's fine, but I don't want someone to say, I didn't know that, you know.
Yeah.
Should our public safety person, AKA the fire chief, determine the building is safe first? I mean, is that where we're at? And if he determines it's safe.
We'll work on that.
Yeah, I just think that'd be a good point.
Right. Let people know.
Everyone's got a different comfort level with that. Based off of what I've read here and my knowledge of hats, I'm comfortable, I would be comfortable with using it for certain things. But this is something people should know going.
So we could reach out to the chairs if the town meetings and let them know
Mhm.
the chairs can,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
no one's using the upstairs space anyways, but I just think full transparency is important here to me, so.
I also just should have mentioned that the internet over there is wonderful,
Nice,
so good.
Perfect. Upcoming board discussions on the 23rd of September, we're gonna discuss economic development.
Plus the insurance stuff.
And plus insurance. Thank you, Tim. And October 14th will be a discussion on the budgeting process. October 29th will be, sorry, just looking at the calendar. October 28th will be the open space plan update from the Concom and GP and then the select board discussion on communication and Rebecca's report.
Not a report.
Or
Just information,
information.
talking
Yeah.
information.
We do need an executive session, it's pursuant to a personnel matter. So we'll sign everything we need for you and then we can pop into that. I will make a motion to go into executive session.
Second.
Do I have any questions or discussion? All in favor? Any opposition? We go into executive session at 7:21.